Writing equations from 2 points is exactly like writing the equations from slope and a point, except we have to do one more step. We have to find the slope using the ordered pairs that were given. Please write example 1, find the equation of the line passing through the following points, 2, 5, and 3, negative 4. So step 1 is to find the slope. Because we have two ordered pairs, we're going to use the slope formula. Substitute your numbers in and get the m first. Here's what the numbers should look like when you substitute them in. You get negative 9. So let's simplify that even more. The m equals negative 9. Here's step 2. Solve for b using either x or y. I can pick either ordered pair, and I would still get the same answer when I solve for b. So I'm going to choose the 2, 5, and I'm going to substitute it into y equals mx plus b. I have x, I have y, and I have m that I just solved for. So I'm going to substitute the y, the m, and the x, leaving me with just the b to solve for. When you substitute your y, m, and x in, you get 5 equals negative 9 times 2 plus b. Then you can solve that. That would be negative 18 plus b. You have a two-step equation. Add 18 to both sides. Draw a line and cancel. And you are left with b equals 23. Now we have our m. We have our b. So now we're ready to do step 3, which is writing the equation. When we substitute the numbers, the m and the b into the equation, we are using y equals mx plus b, and we need the m and the b, which we've already gotten. So that means our equation will be y equals negative 9x plus 23. That would be our final answer. Example 2 is a table. Go ahead and copy down the table, and then we'll start with step 1, finding the slope. In the table, we have 4 ordered pairs, and we only need 2. So the first thing you're going to do is choose 2 that you want to use to find the slope. It doesn't matter which 2. As long as you do the formula correctly, you will get the first step 1 correct. So we're going to start by writing the formula. Substitute the numbers in and get the m. When I substitute in, I get negative 8 over 4. If you simplify the top and the bottom by 4, negative 8 divided by 4 is 2. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So m equals negative 2. Now let's start with step 2. We need just one of the ordered pairs. So here's step 2. I'm going to choose this ordered pair. You may choose whichever one you would like to use. It doesn't matter, you will still get the same answer if you do it correctly. We're going to substitute the x, the y, and the m into our equation so we can solve for b. When you substitute, you get negative 2 equals negative 2 times 1 plus b. So negative 2 equals negative 2 plus b. So we would add 2, and 0 equals b. Now we have m and b. We can substitute in for step 3. Y equals mx plus b is what we will use. We have the m is negative 2, b is 0. Our final answer, y equals negative 2x. And if you have y equals negative 2x plus 0, that would also be mathematically correct. Here is example 3, 2, 5, and 10, 5. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the slope by plugging in our ordered pair. So when you substitute the numbers in, you get 0 over 8. And so we have a star on this one because we have m equals 0, and that means it's going to be a horizontal or a vertical line. So m equals 0 has a horizontal graph, and every time you have a horizontal graph, that equation is y equals a number. So if it's y equals a number, we're going to look at our ordered pairs and circle the y values. So that's going to tell us what the b is. It's also going to tell us what the number is for our graph, for our equation. Y equals 5. So after you circle this, that number goes here and here to get your final answer. Our final example is example 4, -3, 2, and -3, 6. And as always, we're going to start by finding the slope. After you substitute the numbers in, you will get a 0 in the denominator. The 0 is underneath. So if the 0 is underneath, the m is undefined. So we put a star beside this one because it is another special one. This is going to be our vertical line. We have m equals undefined. You know that that line is going to look like this. If the m is a word, the b is a word. The b is none. And these graphs always start with x equals and then a number. So how are we going to figure out what that number is? We're going to look at our ordered pairs. I want you to circle the x values. That is the number you're going to put in place of your hashtag. So we have x equals -3. So once you circle that, that comes down here and goes with your x equals a number.